In late February of this year, my significant other and I hiked the W Trek in Torres del Paine. To get to this point, we had so far taken 3 flights, 2 buses, and we're now on the final leg, a ferry across Lake Pejo to the start point of our trek. We arrived and set up camp on our first night at Paine Grande. It quickly began raining and we settled into our tent for the night.
Got blood on the dash, call it Rosewood. Another murder, another page out the notebook. It ain't nothing if it's no good. Try to talk to him. But that's all I remember from it, because that really stood out. Like, oh, that is genius, lyrical genius. Blood on the dash, call it Rosewood. I mean, come on!
The next morning, we woke up early and made breakfast. Camp Paine Grande has all the amenities, Wi-Fi, hot showers, and even a cafe. The path from Paine Grande to Frances is fairly flat and we eased into a nice rhythm. The benefit of the gentle grade was that it left us a lot more time and energy to appreciate all the native flora and fauna. Along the trail there are several streams, so you never have to carry more than a couple liters at a time. And although we used a water filter, most local hikers did not, and I think that's a good testament to how clean the water is. In 2012, an Israeli backpacker was burning toilet paper when he inadvertently set a forest fire, destroying tens of thousands of acres. This eerie section of the hike, surrounded by charred trees, while beautiful, is also a reminder to be respectful and mindful of park regulations.
Oh, yeah. No, you fell off on little things.
This hike is famous for its suspension bridges, although the most scenic of them are on the O Trek. We stayed a total of 2 nights at Camp Frances, the first night at one of the domes, and the second in our tent. Today Michelle was missing a couple of things, so I was like, just unload your entire pack, and I'm sure the things will turn up. And guess what she pulled out?
The piano chord.
All the way in Chile.
All the way, so hello from Chile. The power of music. We cannot escape it. It is here with us always. So hello.
Bed number 1. And since there's 2 of us, there is
a second bed. 2.
a bed number 3.
And lights for each one. And USB.
Okay, here's our hotel view.
Our domo.
Our dome view. And this is our little domo from the outside.
So they give free agua caliente in the campsites. Which is amazing. Because you can buy té, you can get coffee. They can use their mate, which is amazing. I haven't tried it yet. But apparently mate is really big.
Oh,
right?
they sell it
Se
here?
llama mate?
They sell
No,
it?
like they have mate, so then they can use it to warm it up.
Guess you have to bring your own. Well, it's
And
nice.
we have nothing, so we're just doing the
we don't
water.
have to-
But
we-
it feels good.
We don't have to use our like gas, our stove, because it's free hot water. But I guess I wish we brought some tea bags.
Some tea bags would have been great. Because it's $2 for a tea bag.
Yeah, it's a
Which is
lot.
kind of a lot for a tea bag.
The dome had, in addition to bunk beds and USB access to free hot water, a wood fire stove and private hot showers.
I wasn't trying to do RBF. You're what? I wasn't trying to do RBF. I was trying to just be in the moment. It's because of my sleek cheekbones that you said that. You could cut cheese with that. And I do.
Although I'm glad we had this experience at 10 times the cost, I honestly suggest tent camping. At Camp Frances, all of the tents have to be pitched up on wooden platforms. I highly recommend bringing extra paracord and choosing a platform relatively close to the ground in order to properly stake your tent. On our hike to Mirador Frances, we left most of our belongings at our campsite. The hike itself is rocky and relatively steep. Here, what about there?
That's kind of hard to read. I want it to be
Most people stop here at Mirador Frances. A further 3.5 kilometers brings you to Mirador Britanico, an elevated vantage point that offers spectacular panoramic views. But it's only worthwhile if the weather is clear.
Photobomb.
No, I drank half of it, so the rest is fine.
We debated whether to continue, deciding ultimately to test our luck.
Okay, glacier on one side,
Glacier?
and then
Watch out.
over
Lake.
there,
That's where we're heading.
beautiful lake. What a view.
During the hike back down, we thought we were going to hit a major thunderstorm. Turns out that the, quote, thunder was actually collapsing ice on the glacier. Back at Camp Frances, we had a wonderful dinner. Course 1 was a carrot and pea soup with bread. Second course was steamed vegetables that included corn, green beans, and carrots. The main course consisted of rice and baked chicken. Our preferred drink was a beer with calafate? It's a local berry and gives the beer a sweet, refreshing undertone. And then for dessert, we had flan.
Acá hablamos portuñol.
Mucha gente de América Latina allá, entonces como obligadamente.
And of course, I think this is the perfect opportunity to talk about the sponsor of this video. Just kidding, there is no sponsor. But I do want to mention that one of the things that makes this trek so special is the bonds and friendships you'll form with other hikers along the way. We in particular happened to meet 2 other medical students. In fact, a lot of the friends that I made on the trail I still keep in touch with many months after the trek. You'll meet people from all over the world with different perspectives and at different phases of their lives. The hike from Frances to Chileano was fairly exposed and definitely the hottest part of the trek. You can tell because I'm rocking shorts now.
Say you like the wind blowing through your hair. Come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun. Say you wanna hit the highway while the engine roars. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun, oh yeah. Texas sun. caressing you from Fort Worth to Amarillo. Well, come on, roll with me to the sun dips low. Texas sun.
As the heat worsened, we began to tire. We needed a morale booster.
Really tough stretch. So I met this lady. She said her name was Tour Guide Michelle. So she's been helping me out, figure out the trails and stuff. So say hello, Tour Guide Michelle.
Howdy. Some other things Tour Guide Michelle uses to pump up her touries is when you're going up a really tough stretch, the song that comes to mind is You Can Do It, Put Your Back Into It, but it's You Can Do It, Put Your glutes into it, because it's all glute. And she also reminds her touries of her amazing accomplishments, because she has done this hike 100 times. So easy.
Done.
So it's so easy that her resting heart rate during the hike is 60. Yeah.
Minus 60, you mean?
I wasn't gonna tell you guys that, but yeah. So come on, let's go. Tour guide Michelle waits for no one. Michelle, on the other hand, she's down there.
Shortly after this pick-me-up from tour guide Michelle, we saw a guanaco leap across us with effortless grace. Definitely a trip highlight for me.
Hello.
We're looking right now at a condor.
Those wings are beautiful, my goodness.
Because if you can see him, picture how enormous this bird is. It's bigger than me and Michelle combined.
Whoa!
It gets a little crowded near Chileano. It's a popular day hike. We had an early dinner and prepared to get up early the following morning to beat the crowds at the Torres. I woke up the following morning at 5:30, hit the trail by 6 a.m., and arrived at 8 a.m. The towers are absolutely breathtaking and truly unique. I sat here for hours. For the most part, I had the towers to myself, but several hikers woke up even earlier than I did around 4 a.m. in order to catch a glimpse of the towers at dawn when they're shining bright orange. Back at Camp Chileano, we took a short break before packing up to continue on and do the O-Trek.